Good morning. I'd like to welcome everyone to the November 10th meeting of the LaPorte County Sheriff's Department Merit Board. If you please rise for the pledge of a flag. Mr. Mullenhour, will you lead us?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Did everyone receive a copy of the October minutes? Are there any corrections? Hearing none, to have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Have a motion to have a second?
Second.
Any questions? All in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same. Thank you. Morning, Sheriff Boyd.
Good morning.
How are you?
Wonderful, thank you.
Good.
Thank you for being here on this nice, crisp fall day, the day before Veterans Day. Hope you take a moment to reflect back on the importance of our veterans and what they mean to our country and our safety and security, the freedoms that we have today as a result of their sacrifices. So with that said, we'll get going because we do have a number of items on the agenda, and we have a pension board that immediately follows this meeting. And we'll start with a report of our calls for service. Our calls for service from the month of September to October did decrease by 7%. In the month of September, we responded to 2,320 calls for service, while in October we responded to 2,169 calls for service. We did investigate 24% more crashes in October, which went from 97 in the month of September to 120 in October. The number of traffic stops decreased by 5%, and we did issue 8% fewer citations in October than we did in the month of September. We are experiencing the traditional seasonal increase in the number of car deer crashes. The number of car deer crashes did increase 126% from September to October. We investigated 19 car deer crashes in September and 43 in October. And I can tell you every day we are now investigating more and more car deer crashes. We hear it on the radio, see it in the reports, our police radio, when our deputies are being dispatched. But that's attributed to the cooler nights and deer are starting to come into rut, and certainly the farmers in the field moving the deer out of their fields as they're harvesting their crops. So just a reminder to the public, be very vigilant, and it's not so much the deer that you see, it's the deer that you don't see that you have to be careful of.
We're doing our best to keep Miss Mock off the road.
We're pleased that you're here, Mrs. Mock, and we're glad that you got a tour of beautiful LaPorte County on your way here, not knowing that US 35 was closed. But nonetheless, you're here. Last month, we did have 12 calls for service at Franciscan Hospital in Michigan City, which was 2 more than what we responded to in the month of September. Again, we don't believe that that's an inordinate number of calls for service there, because after all, with their population of their employees and their patients and the families that are coming to visit loved ones, it is like a small town there. On October 30th, the annual Bolt for the Heart 5K and 10K races and family runs were held in Washington Park. We got the final numbers that just came in yesterday. 444 runners participated, runners and walkers, in the event, and as a result, there were enough funds to purchase 85 defibrillators for police cars throughout LaPorte County, specifically Michigan City and the City of LaPorte police cars. These defibrillators will be placed in LaPorte, Michigan City police vehicles, as I said, and when these AEDs are delivered, 81% of all patrol vehicles in LaPorte County will now be equipped. Next year, our goal will be to move on to the smaller towns. Some of the towns, like the town of La Crosse, the town of Long Beach, you have defibrillators in all your vehicles, if I'm not mistaken. Is that right, Mr. Schooley? But for instance, Kingsford Heights, Kingsbury, Westville, Trail Creek, I think PNW, and Department of Natural Resources patrol vehicles will be outfitting them, and also trying to generate enough money to help sustain the program to offset the reoccurring costs like the replacement pads, the recertifications that have to take place every couple of years, and replacement batteries. Batteries in particular are very expensive. This year we broke a number of records. One of the records was the number of runners that participated, record amount of money that was raised, and a record amount of sponsors. I should be remiss if I didn't say that we're really proud of Captain Derek Allen. He actually won this year's 10K race. We're really proud of him. He has an amazing pace, an amazing drive, and I should also give him a shout out because the following weekend, last weekend, he participated in the Indianapolis Marathon. So he turned around and ran 26 miles and did very, very well down there. Sergeant Andrew Hahn, Christy Hahn, and their son Duncan won the Best Costume Award for runners. They were really cute. If you happen to see them, or if you didn't, you know that Christy and Drew went as escaped convicts with the striped uniforms, and Duncan, their little son, went as a police officer. It was cute seeing him chasing them across the finish line. He actually finished right before they did, but they were really cute. So nonetheless, they did win the Best Dressed Award or Best Costume. Sergeant Hahn and his family then represented the Sheriff's Office in the Trunk or Treat candy giveaway. It was also held in Washington Park. We were really pleased with the turnout there. We had a number of police agencies from throughout the county that participated. We even had the Indiana National Guard that participated. They had equipment out there. And the United States Coast Guard from their Coast Guard station, they participated also. As I had mentioned before, tomorrow, November 11th, is Veterans Day. And on behalf of our administration and the entire department, I'd like to recognize and thank the following deputies who are military veterans for their service to our country and for their sacrifices. From the United States Air Force, Sergeant Brett Swanson, Deputy Ken Etchinson, Deputy Gabriel Struess, and Deputy Jake Coach. From the United States Army, Captain Patrick Cicero, Captain Andrew Heineck, Deputy Corey Chavez, Deputy Keith Wilson, Deputy Alex Pishker, Sergeant Gary Ulrich, Deputy Ryan Hawkins, Corporal Dallas Hutz, Deputy Dan Kessling, Deputy Jonathan Roby, Deputy Kaz Billings, Corporal Jamie Aguia, Deputy Austin Levine. From the United States Navy, Major Heath Hafferkamp, and Deputy Joshua Callahan. From the United States Marine Corps, Deputy Tim Short, Deputy Keith Waltz, Deputy David Francis, Sergeant John Wilshire, Deputy Ryan Jones, Deputy Matthew Watson, and Deputy Sarah Harmon. Among that list of individuals that I name, there are a number of them that are still in the the Army Reserve or the Air Force Reserve. We also have a number that are also in the National Guard, whether it be the Air National Guard or Army National Guard, and we're very appreciative of their sacrifices as well. They continue to be deployed throughout the United States and throughout the world, and we're very pleased how they represent our department and the United States of America. As reported last month, we have two candidates that were identified during the most recent hiring process. One of the candidates has successfully completed psychological screening, and the other is awaiting for his screening to take place. One of the candidates, who has out-of-state law enforcement background, had his training certification and information sent to the Law Enforcement Training Board for their review and determination as to what training he'll need to undergo here in the state of Indiana to become certified. We understand Chief Heeg yesterday learned that the Law Enforcement Training Board will not reconvene until December, so it will be sometime in December when they review his training, when they make a determination as to what kind of training he'll need to take part in here in Indiana. It's our hope that he'll only have to go through criminal law and traffic law here, but we don't know. We'll wait and see. He is an active duty police officer, as you know, in the city of Chicago. The other candidate, who's a current employee of the jail, must attend the Indiana Law Enforcement Academy, and we're attempting to register him for an upcoming basic recruit training session. We've reached out to NYLEA in Hobart. We've also reached out to the Indiana Law Enforcement Training Academy in Plainfield, and both of those academies are full right now, so we've put his name on a waiting list, and the next class that they have, even if he is able to get in, if he's able to work his way up to that waiting list, would be January. Otherwise, we're probably looking at April sometime. We're at the mercy of the training academies. Of course, we'd like to get them in sooner rather than later. The final stage of the merit promotional system will take place Friday, November 12th at the training building at the fairgrounds. Merit Board President Kimmel and Board Member Jim Schooley will be on hand to monitor the examination. Thank you, gentlemen, for taking time out of your schedules to be there to monitor the test-taking process. The term for Merit Commissioner Tom Wheatbrook expires December 31st of 2021, and Chief Deputy Heeg will post a nomination sheet in the squad room as Mr. Wheatbrook is an elected representative from the Merit Deputies. The nominations will close on November 30th, and the election will take place on December 7th between the hours of 6 a.m. and 10 a.m. The election will take place in this squad room. With that said, we will need to have a merit commissioner other than Mr. Wheatbrook be present to monitor that election, and also, as you'll see, the next bulleted point is concerning the pension board as well. So perhaps after the meeting we can get with you and we can determine which one of you will be present to monitor that election process. The term for pension board member Keith Wilson expires on December 31st of 2021. Chief Heeg will post a nomination sheet in the squad room, and Deputy Wilson is elected by the merit deputies. The nominations will close on November 30th, and the election will take place on December 7th, the same hours, 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. It's also going to take place in the squad room. We've been participants in the County Council workshops regarding raises for our staff. Chief Heeg has conducted a salary survey from nearby police agencies and sheriff's offices of comparable size in Indiana. Based upon the comparison of our geographic territory or calls for service volume, we presented a cost analysis for 12 and 10% raises for jail correctional staff, courthouse security, garage, emergency vehicle technicians, and our merit employees. We emphasize that we're no better than any other county employee, but we are different due to the risks that we face, the hours that we work, the stress, and the expertise needed to do our job, and our ability to perform some very difficult tasks. We hope to learn if our staff will be provided raises during the November County Council meeting, which is November 22nd. We also hope that our council provides a stipend for our staff from the American Rescue Plan, probably heard it referred to as ARP, money that was designated for LaPorte County. On October 14th, the Sheriff's Office coordinated Operation Candy Corn Compliance, which is a countywide compliance sweep of all the registered sexually violent predators and offenders against children. Investigators and officers from the Sheriff's Office, LaPorte, Kingsford Heights, Michigan City Police, the Michigan City Fugitive Apprehension Street Team, LaPorte County Drug Task Force, United States Marshal Service, and the Indiana Department of Corrections worked in concert to check all 123 offenders. 3 were found to be non-compliant, and Detective Gabriel Struess quickly launched investigations and determined that each was in fact in violation of Indiana code. He was able to provide or obtain criminal warrants for each for failure to register. Each has been located and arrested, and that all took place prior to the Halloween trick-or-treat. Lisa Harlow is our Sex and Violent Offender Registry Coordinator, and Lisa's here today. Lisa, if you could stand up. Don't mean to put you on the spot, but Lisa is absolutely wonderful. She is a gem, and people don't realize and appreciate how much work she puts into this. She puts her heart and soul into it, and it is a tremendous liability handling all these offenders, and she does a very effective job of doing that. I should also point out that prior to this sweep, she began planning for this at least 6 weeks prior to it. It took a lot of effort on her part. We had, as I indicated, all the agencies that participated. It really, everyone bought into it, all these agencies, because they realized that it's a county-wide responsibility, a county-wide problem. But Lisa put together all of the packets for all the teams. The teams assembled. She determined who was on what team, and she also determined what geographic area of the county that they were going to cover. She provided the packets to each individual team, which was pre-populated with all the information regarding each offender. And the teams went out under her direction. They went to these individuals' homes and places of employment to verify that they were in fact still living there or working there. And all they had to do was get either a witness signature or the signature from the offender when they went to that particular location. It really cut down on the amount of time that it took each team to do it, because Lisa had done most of the work prior to this, and it was really a plug and play. We're really proud of and pleased and thankful of the work that she put into this. Thank you so much. With that being said, Lisa is certainly a leader in the state of Indiana when it comes to the management of our registry. As you probably know, it's the sheriff's responsibility to maintain the sex and violent offender registry in each of Indiana's 92 counties. But under her leadership, we installed a kiosk that's in the lobby of the sheriff's office. When you leave today, suggest that you go into the lobby and you can see it near the front window area. And that's really important because the offenders can now come to the sheriff's office and they can register, they can update their register 24 hours a day. They no longer have to wait between 8 and 4, Monday through Friday. And if they come in after hours, Lisa isn't here, and there's no more allegation of, well, I was here, but no one was here, which isn't true because we're a 24-hour-a-day operation. But they're under camera, so we can actually verify that they were, in fact, here. They have no reason not to update their registry. It's really easy. But also, importantly, is with COVID, Lisa has less contact and our staff have less contact with these offenders. They have less contact with us as well. So, with this said, we were the first county in Indiana, and Lisa had the vision to implement this program. We were the first county to have a system like this. And now we become the envy of all other sheriff's offices in the state of Indiana. So much so that we've had sheriffs and sheriff's sex offender registry coordinators travel to LaPorte County to look exactly how Lisa has implemented our program. We've had sheriffs and staff from Madison County, from Knox County, from Bartholomew County, Benton, Fulton, Putnam County, Stark County, Madison County, Porter County. Department of Corrections has been here as well. And it's really nice that they come here and we are able to showcase what we've done. They take our best practices and they've taken it back to their county as well. This weekend we had the Indiana Sheriff's Fall Conference, and one of the presenters in one of our sessions was the Indiana Department of Corrections, and the first 5 minutes of their presentation was about Lisa Harlow in the program that she implemented here in LaPorte County. During the presentation, the sheriff of Noble County actually got up and came over to my table and he said, I can't understand why we haven't done this in Noble County. Can you send me the information? So I texted Lisa, who was back here in the office, and I said, can you send this information? That quickly, she sent it to me. I forwarded it to the sheriff of Noble County, and at the end of our training session that day at 5 o'clock, he said, we've already ordered the technology, it's on our way, and we hope to implement it on Monday morning. They ordered it through Amazon. It was really easy. Lisa even provided instructions about the stand for the system. So I talk about a proud moment for LaPorte County, and Lisa works behind the scenes. You rarely see her. She's very humble, but I wanted to take this opportunity to brag on her because she's great. You do a wonderful job, Lisa, and we truly appreciate it. You really have put the blueprint together for the entire state of Indiana. As a result of this, the Indiana Department of Corrections took notice and said, this is so successful in LaPorte County, they had a grant. They bought iPads and the infrastructure for every sheriff in the state of Indiana that they could put a kiosk system like this in their lobby. So it really is neat to see that come to fruition. And at our session on Friday, the Department of Corrections started passing some of these iPads and technology out to the departments. And again, this is all a credit to Lisa, her innovative ideas, and her organizational skills. Thank you, Lisa, very much. We're proud of you. Our annual Children's Christmas Show will take place in person at Kesslin Auditorium on Saturday, December 11th at 10 a.m. You may note that we've moved around a little bit over the years with COVID and some renovations and reconstructions at some of the schools. It's not real easy to find a place anymore, but the LaPorte Community Schools were gracious enough to open up Kesslin Auditorium for us. So our Children's Christmas Show will take place there this year. In the past, we've been at Boston, we've been at LaPorte High School, but this year it will be at Kesslin at 10 a.m. About 300 deserving children will be treated to a magic show presented by magician Matt Kalita, and they'll be met with Santa and Mrs. Claus. Each child will be provided refreshments and several Christmas gifts. And then undistributed gifts will be provided to the Salvation Army and Toys for Tots. And we also will make a monetary donation at that time to the Salvation Army of LaPorte. And it comes at a good time for them as well. We're really pleased about this Christmas show, and it has endured a number of administrations. And each sheriff has been very proud of the Christmas show. This goes back to, I believe, Sheriff Roger Nickel. Isn't that correct, Mike?
Maybe even Jan Rose? I'm not sure. Was it Roger?
I think it was, yeah. This will be the 60th year, I believe. So, yeah. At this time, Major Hafferkamp has an update concerning the order and delivery of our new police vehicles.
Good morning. Last Thursday, November 4th, Sheriff's Office took delivery of 5 out of the 9 new 2021 Ford police interceptors that we had previously ordered months back. We delivered 5 of our trades as part of that down to LaPorte, Ford, and Knox. And currently those vehicles that we took possession of are at our garage and are awaiting outfitting of equipment and graphics. There's a 6th one that is currently at LaPorte, Ford, and we're waiting on the 3 other Explorers to be delivered. They are and have been built, and we anticipate those vehicles arriving sometime next week, in which we'll go back down and either get or they'll be delivered to us. The 3 pickup trucks that we had previously attempted to order, I've reached out to Bob Parks, our chief mechanic, asking for a status update. Bob, unfortunately, has not heard much back from Matt Magnuson from LaPorte Chrysler, so I don't have much to go on. The only thing I do know, though, is that those were ordered as 2021s, and now we've been told that most likely we'll get 2022s, but I don't have a production date to be able to provide. So once I get that information, I can always update the sheriff and update you as needed. That's where we stand. Thank you. Thank you. Yep.
I can tell you one of the topics of our fall conference this weekend with just about every sheriff that was there was an inability to get police vehicles. It's very, very difficult. In the meantime, each sheriff has the same problem. That is, we have vehicles that were old to begin with that are getting even older, and it's difficult to get a hold of replacement parts. They're very labor intensive, and the value of those vehicles is diminishing very quickly. So it's not just a LaPorte County problem. It's not just a state of Indiana problem. It's nationwide. All kinds of problems with getting new police vehicles. Next item on the agenda is an email of appreciation that I received on October 22nd from Captain Andrew Heineck. Sheriff Boyd, I wanted to take a few minutes to highlight the work of several deputies and supervisors during a multi-agency vehicle pursuit that occurred on Friday, October 22nd, 2021. A stolen vehicle fled from the South Bend Police Department and ultimately into LaPorte County in Lincoln Township, specifically into Fish Lake. The vehicle occupants fled into a heavily residential area after abandoning the stolen car on Lakeside Street. I responded to the area off duty to assist, as did Sergeant Jeff Wright. Captain Dallas Smythe was the local command for the situation, and due to his high level of canine knowledge, Captain Smythe was able to direct incoming personnel in a manner that created a tight perimeter. Deputies Andrew Morse, Ken Etchinson, Jacob Payne, and off-duty Deputy Shane Landry created this perimeter. Deputies Wade Wallace and John Samuelson arrived and used K9 Bosco to ultimately track the suspects who were in a heavily overgrown area. The suspects were taken into custody without either of them or the deputies being injured. This is a true testament to the work that each of the above listed deputies did this afternoon. The communication and the logistical issues when working with multiple agencies and divisions can be difficult, but these deputies overcame those. Thank you for allowing me the opportunity to recognize these and the off-duty deputies. Andy Heineck, Captain. Thank you, Captain Heineck, for recognizing our staff that were out there. Thank you for responding as well, and I want to highlight that you noted that a number of the deputies that responded off-duty. That's just a testament to our take-home car program, and it's a testament to the dedication that they have to their profession and the citizens of LaPorte County. There aren't too many professions where you would see people that were not on the clock running towards danger to try to help out, but that's what our deputies do every single day, and we're really proud of them. And this is evidence of why our staff are so deserving of raises, so they can bring us up with those in our surrounding communities and surrounding states as well. I couldn't be more proud of our staff, and especially given the fact that they took these offenders into custody without being injured, but importantly not without injuring the suspects as well. Treated them with respect and dignity. Next meeting is Wednesday, December 8th at 9 a.m. and you'll see the Warrants Division, Detective Bureau, and the daily jail month reports are attached also, or the jail monthly reports are also attached, I should say. Tongue twister this morning. So I have nothing further. Thank you.
Thank you, Sheriff. Are there any comments from the floor?
I'd just like to mention 2 things that Sheriff Boyd already addressed, which was the
thing for the AEDs up in Michigan City at the lake. I know it was a cold day, but I made it up there as well as many others. I was really impressed to see how many did turn out on with that adverse weather, and just for a great benefit for the county, the whole county. And the other thing is I think we should probably give Lisa a round of applause for what she's done, because it really sounds like she's done an extremely, went well beyond, above and beyond her, I don't know, I won't say her job qualifications or whatever, because we know they are, but she's just really did a great thing, I think, and really brought a lot of credit to the sheriff and the LaPorte County Sheriff's Office. So. Thank you.
Any other comments from the floor? Comments from the floor? Okay. Comments from the board? Mr. Schooley.
I, again, would like to thank Lisa for your hard work and your innovation, and I would also like to thank all of our veterans.
Ms. Mock?
I would like for you to stop picking on me. But I would like to thank Lisa and all of you. What a beautiful job that we have had this 2021, and I am so proud to be a part of it. Thank you.
Tom?
The same goes out to every one of you. I think you guys all do a masterful job, and want you to all have a very good Thanksgiving. Nobody's home.
I would just like to say, in the words of Vince Lombardi, it's the will to prepare that creates winners, and I think Lisa demonstrated that the will to prepare with both of the functions that you brought to light today. So thank you very much.
I was hoping she'd have a quote from Lou Holtz or something. Oh, I didn't say that. Oh, okay. We'll save those for next month. I want to say that I did speak with the major this morning, and the last time I was up and talked to him, he was elbow deep in paperwork with the chief, and they were working on the grant for the body cams, and he did say that he did complete that and submitted it. So once again, Major, thank you so much for your dedication to that project and making sure that we can hopefully get that grant, which will save the county some money, and that's always important. So thank you again. Lisa, great job. Again, it's testament when you can do that and get another agency such as the DOC to spring for some laptops or whatever they were, the iPads, and usually at this time of year money's pretty tight, and again, it's kudos to you for being prepared to do that. So I have nothing else, I don't believe. We do have a pension board following this, so that is open to the public. It's also open to anybody in the department, and see, we have a few more faces here today, and I hope they attend these pension meetings because this is their future. So it's very important that they understand the great work that's being done by Dilson Associates and our investment bank. So hope everyone can make it or show the interest to at least attend. Hearing nothing else, do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Have a motion to have a second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, same. Meeting adjourned 9:32 a.m. Thank you.